All right, all right, all right. Guru here. So let's see. It's Saturday the 6th. We're on a river. Uh, the John Day River. McDonald Ferry. I did a video here last year. There's a brand new pump house over there. There's actually water. There's a little water spigot right in there. Here's the USGS water gauging station. We will go over and get a real-time gauge report. Let's see where we're at. Let's see here. I'm really surprised there's no one down here fishing. There is steelhead in here right now. Let's see the gauge. You can kind of see it right there. We are at 322. Looks like we're like 250, something in there. Here, get a little closer. Yeah, that looks right. 250, something like that. Water's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. We're over here. I wanted to come over. Oh, I might come over one more time, but I hadn't been over here yet for bird hunting. I've just had so many things going on. Of course, everybody's chomping at the bit. Let me see if I can find a spot to set the phone down. There's the Chariot. So I got a good report from one of the subscribers. Actually, I think I can just come over to the truck and set it there. See if this works out. Got a really good report from one of the subscribers. There we go. How's that? Yeah. I love this new case. You can just flip it on one side, but good report. He sent me a picture of 2 fish he got out of the North Fork. So that was Thursday night before all the water hit. I haven't checked river levels yet, but people are getting steelhead everywhere. They're getting, I've seen 3 or 4 out of the Wilson, those out of the North Fork. I seen 3 or 4 out of the Trask already. Only heard of fish out of the Nestucca. Haven't actually seen a steelhead out of the Nestucca. So until I lay my eyes on it, it's just rumor. But it wouldn't surprise me at all, especially behind those large numbers of Chinook. Here, let me grab that bird. I'll show you guys a nice Oregon wild pheasant. Yeah, this is a good one here. It's dandy. We kicked up 2 others. They both they're right along the river, so I always hunt along the river first. And they're both, hey, get out of there. They're both they both just took across the river, and so I didn't dare take a shot because it's a pain in the ass to get to that side of the river. It's not easy. Let's just put it that way. It can be done, but it's not worth shooting across the river. But yeah, one down. You can only get 2, so we got 1 more to get, and then might see if we can do some chucker hunting. But nice Oregon wild bird, nice feathers on him, nice and long, healthy bird too, good spurs. So put that back. But we're kind of going to be between these atmospheric rivers. We got a hell of a one last night or yesterday, like mid-morning, and then by noon it stopped. Everything came up real high. The gauge, like I said, I didn't check them this morning, but the gauge was going up like this still, so shit was still going up. But you know, like I said before, North Fork, Nicanicum, you can't hardly go wrong, man. Those are going to be the best bets for early steelhead, especially hatchery steelhead. The one the subscriber got, or two, excuse me, you know, he went there, got a limit of fish, just, you know, in the right place at the right time. And the North Fork Nehalem is the right place. It's going to be busy. Same with the Nicanicum. Make sure if you're fishing the Nicanicum, you go to Lewis and Clark Lands and get one of their permits. Most of that is either along the Nicanicum is either Lewis and Clark, or it's Weyerhaeuser, but Lewis and Clark, you got to have a permit. The permits are free. If you don't have one, the state cops will give you a big fat ticket. So, you know, get the permit. It doesn't cost you anything. They'll mail it to you. Then you can fish like at Black Bridge, Colucci Creek Park. You can walk up and fish all that stuff. There's a bunch of stuff if you're willing to walk, that you can go up and fish on the Nicanicum. I mean, there's a ton of good fishing holes all along the Nicanicum. You just got to have that permit. So, and that is those two, North Fork, Nehalem, and Nicanicum are going to be your two best bet for early steelhead. What was the other one I seen? There was another one I seen. I think that was the Alsea. No, it wasn't the Alsea. It was the Salusala. I seen a picture of a big native that someone caught out of there, a big one, like probably about 15 pounds. Already, you know, coming up, just chrome bright too. So, you know, they're here. You just need to get out and start looking for them. I didn't ask that subscriber what he caught them on. He just sent me the photo as the other subscribers did, you know. So, you know, I laid eyes on those fish. I know they were caught. Out of respect for the subscribers, I'm probably not going to post those. They may not want me to. They didn't say I could or couldn't, but I'm not gonna post those. But man, we're here. Steelhead season is here. You know, in the last video where I was at home doing the tackle craft, you know, I talked about that you know, if you were going to buy one rod, and I just happened to bring that rod because I knew I was going to be here on the John Day, and if I got two birds, I was going to cast a spinner. So let me grab that rod. So this is a rod. You know, my spinner rod. No dogs. It's the last year of the Buzz Ramsey rods. I used it specifically for spinners, but it is that same rod I was talking about. Now, by all means, and it's got a Daiwa. I think this is the Fuego. Yeah, Fuego 8.1. So it's a burner reel. Anything over, you know, 8.1 to retrieve is considered a burner reel, high speed. I just prefer casting. I even use casting when I'm float fishing, for the most part. You don't have to buy casting, but this particular rod, like I was saying, this is my 8 to 14. I have an 8 to 17 version too, but these 8 to 14s, I just, or 8 to 17, 6 to 17, there's 6 to 14, but the 9.6 sticks, here, let me step back a little bit. you still have the heavy backbone to fight big steelhead, but that tip, man, that tip's just sensitive. And the rod can load up, you know, really, really load up hard. But with this type of rod, I highly recommend that you get used to using a casting rod. It is going to serve you better than a spinning rod. Yes, the spinning rod is easier to use, but man, oh man, the advantages of having a casting rod, especially if you're float fishing, because you can take that and hit that button and let that float out. Just, I mean, let that thing out just perfect. There's a lot of guides that specifically bobber dog with the casting, and so do I. My edge rod that I use that, not, for drift fishing too. But if I'm not drift fishing, I use that casting edge rod. And that's a 6 to 17, specifically for bobber dogging, because I can let that line out just like super easy. It's just beautiful, man. It just works so much better than a spinning. The other thing too, I see a lot of guys doing, and it's very important when you are bobber dogging, any kind of float fishing, you want to get used to holding your rod up like this, having your rod under your forearm here and holding it up. I see a lot of people that do not do that. Yes, it looks weird. Yes, it's hard on the shoulder, but man, having your line off the water and having it up like this allows mending of line so much easier than having your rod down and just letting out line indiscriminately. You know, you want to keep that rod up like this, keep that line off the water, and it'll just make a world of difference whether you're, just doing float and jig or bobber dogging, either one. Keep that sucker up off the water. I see a lot of guys bobber dogging that do not do that. They think you don't have to do that. And let me tell you, you'll see them, they're real, got to reel up so fast, because you have all that extra line. If you're bobber dogging and you have the control right here on a casting rod, man, all you have to do is just barely reel a few times, because this is a burner reel. It'll retrieve so much faster than a spinning reel. And set the hook, man. You don't have to do that reel up till you feel it bullshit. You can reel up to where that line is taut, boom, and you lay waste to him. I'm not gonna say who it is because he's a good friend, but he loses more fish because he's got a spinning rod and he's holding it down like this, letting line out indiscriminately, and it'll have 30 yards of line out that he doesn't need to have out, and that's the point. Not having line out that you don't need to have out. And he reels forever before he feels that fish. Might feel it for a second, boom, it comes off. So don't be that guy, man. Learn how to use a casting rod. Keep your rod up high. You'll get so many more hookups. And learn to bury the hook. Bury that sucker, man. Don't just, feel it and hope that it's set in good. Bury the hook like it's the last fucking thing you want to do. You know what I mean? So here's a color. While I'm here, I'll show you guys. I don't know how well you can see that. It's a blend that I do. This is one of my faves that I just absolutely have fallen in love with. Yes, with the green on the back. Love this spinner. Just fallen in love with it. Great spinner. But steelhead are here, man. I hope you guys get out there. I hope you're killing them. I hope everybody's being diligent and getting it done and having a good time. And we're gonna get some more rain. Let's see, the dogs are playing. We're gonna get a lot more rain. Shit's gonna blow out. Last thing I'm going to tell you guys is water drop, water come up. Anytime the fish feel that water start to come up, even just a little bit, they boogie. Remember that. Anytime the fish feel the water pressure start to drop and it's easier for them to move. Remember that. Keep that in mind when we're going from storm to storm, blowout to blowout. Oh yeah, one more thing too that I forgot about. I'm going to be doing at the first of the year some giveaways where I hide tackle in different spots. I love doing that, man. I didn't do any last year. I did a bunch a year before, but where I hide tackle boxes and spots. To the guy who guessed the weight of that big hen I showed on the last video, I didn't get your information, bro. You got to send it to me. You got it right. 16.5 pounds, 39-inch fish. You know, big egg wagon, biggest hatchery egg wagon I've ever caught, man. She was a giant, and I caught that out of the Wilson, big brood stock female. But hey, send me your information. I'll send you some free gear, man. All you got to do is send it to Acid Egg. That's ACIDEGG1.com, and I'll send you some free swag. So that being said, shoot straight, tight lines. God bless. Get out there and be wild. Guru out. Well, till I turn off the camera.